Hello everyone, Damien Knight here. I'm playing Diablo 3 right now. This is a Demon Hunter Marauder class. Uh, Built her up. Uh, she did pretty well before the new patch, and now she's doing much better. The new patch has beefed up the Marauders class set quite a bit. Um, as you can see, it still gives you the all of your companions with the 2 pieces, 4 pieces. It'll deal 300. Your sentries deal 300% increased damage, and cast your elemental arrow, chakram, impale, multi-shot, and cluster arrow when you do. I use the multi-shot because of this bow right here. This bow, Yang's recurve, it increases your multi-shot speed by 50%. That's a major increase on the speed on that, allowing you to do a massive amount of damage at any given point. I also use the Blackthorn set for survivability. Makes me immune to the ground effects for Desecrator, Molten, and Plagued. It also gives me minus 10 damage from Elite and plus 10 damage to Elite sentries or enemies. 250 vitality and 25% gold find. Now I have her set up to farm gold, so in my amulet I have the Boon of the Hoarder at level 38. Gives me an 82% chance, and I gain increased movement speed when I pick up gold. The Wraps of Clarity on my wrists, that's also for survivability, give me 31% reduced damage when I use my hatred generator, which I'm using Bolas for that. In my quiver I've got Dead Man's Legacy. Multi-shot hits enemies below 59% health twice. That is a ridiculous ability right there. I have Bombardier's Gun Sack in my box. That gives me 2 more sentries, and that works with Marauder's class, giving me 600% increased damage for my elemental arrow, my primary skills, chakram, impale, multi-shot, cluster arrow, and my companions and vengeance for every sentry I have. That's 600% for every sentry. And I think the maximum amount of sentries that you can have on this class at all is 5, and that's what I'm set up for. For my skills, I was saying I use Bolas, and I have increased hatred rune for that. I have shadow power for life per hit. For 5 seconds, it increases my life per hit to like 45,000 per hit, which is a great survivability, especially with multi-shot hitting twice, and doubles almost 50% faster. I've got multi-shot, of course, and you want to have that set up with homing rockets. I've got my companions. Now, it doesn't matter what rune you have. With the Marauders class, you get all of the passive and active abilities for every pet that you have. So it doesn't matter what rune, I just have it on board just because. Obviously Sentry, you want to have those set up for homing rockets. And then Strafe, that's for mobility reasons when you're surrounded by enemies and you need to move around. That'll get you out of it. And I have it set up for rockets as well. My passive abilities are Leech, that increases my life per hit. Night Stalker increases my hatred for my primary skills. In my box, I was saying I have Bombardier's Rucksack, gives me 2 more sentries. Gold Wrap, it gives me armor for gold pickup. And of course the Ring of Royal Grandeur. I also have Custom Engineering, that increases my time for my sentries by 100%. And then Ballistics increases my rocket damage by 100% and gives me a 20% chance to fire off rockets when I'm using Bolas. So that's the build and the makeup. What I'm gonna do now, I don't know if everybody knows it, but puzzle rings and bovine bardiches, you can use those in your cube, and the puzzle ring will take you straight to the vault, and the bovine bardiche will send you to the cow level. So if you have any of those lying around and you're not using them, and you need some extra gold or items or whatever, you can use those in the box and get you to the vault. I'm going to take you guys to the vault. I don't have any of the bardiches, so I'm going to show you guys a walkthrough on the vault with my demon hunter. So if you've never been here before, it's pretty much just set up to feed you gold. There are sometimes in these piles there's treasure goblins with different forms. I actually got one that sent me to another vault in the vault before, so that was pretty cool. So as far as the centuries go, I said I had 5. If you noticed, I only had a stack of 3. It only stacks up to 3, but you can still have 5 out at any time. You just have to wait for the other 2. Now it doesn't matter where they're laid, as long as they're active, you still get that 600% bonus from them. Doesn't matter how far away you are or whatnot. As you can see, the coverage when I'm using my multi-shot is just ridiculous.
That would not be wise.
And once they get down past 59%, their life just drops off, just melts off. It doesn't even stand a chance once you get them below that 59%. They hardly stand a chance before that. So as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. So don't let the 3 stack fool you. You still get your 5 centuries. You just have to wait for the other one.
No, I will not do that.
Yeah, and she'll tell you she can't lay down anymore, but she can. Don't believe her. So as you can see with the gold pickup, I'm at 6 billion armor, which pretty much makes you darn near indestructible. But you only get that bonus for 5 seconds. So if you're gonna use it, you got to make sure you're gonna get yourself out of trouble quickly.
I can't do that.
I generally use the gold pickup, get myself out of trouble, give myself the boost when I need it. And as you can see, my ferrets are picking up the gold. When I activate the ability, that'll pick up any gold within range, any health globes, and also give me a boost to my hatred. You do get all of them. So your boar will run up and help you out, and your wolf will howl and give you an attack increase.
That is impossible.
So fighting off greed here. He's one of the harder bosses. I have to be real careful not to get hit by any of her stuff for quite a while, because I am extremely squishy and it will kill me. So I gotta dance around her quite a bit.
That would not be wise.
Pretty much let everybody else do the damage until I
need more hatred to do that.
get to the point. Yeah, it's a bob and weave world in here with her.
My hatred is too low.
But as you can see, pretty much make short work of her. Just have to make sure not to get hit by any falling things or when she's running around. So that's the gist of that build. Real easy to work with. Once I start getting my ancient legendaries built up with her, I'll be able to survive a little bit better without the gold. Start doing greater rifts. Jump back into town real quick. I can't really utilize her in greater rifts yet because nobody drops any gold, so I stay squishy all the time. I die way too fast. But hopefully with the ancient legendaries, I'll be able to build that up and not have to worry about it as much because she could just own in the greater rifts. She does really well in regular rifts and farming for stuff. But if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I'm open to constructive criticism on my videos. Of course, this is my first video I've ever done, so I'm hoping it works out well for everybody. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the box below, and I'll respond to everyone that I get. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. Damien Night out.